let me summarize. There is an open source technology from which I am not seeking any benefit, which most of you people who are doing voluntary work know that's the way to go. It requires an initial investment of 15-20 rupees to make the bottle. There's a cost of sapling to be purchased. There's a cost of the hole to be dug. There is some vermicompost, some biochar, some potash. Okay. And in the second year, third year, and further years as fruits come, there is need to be more irrigation and more vermicompost, nutritions all. But we can change the face of rural India by simply spreading this. And I really thank Mirnali for giving me this opportunity to spread this technology. Wow also. But let me add some personal points of view. I am a big follower of Buckminster Fuller, about whom most of you will not have heard. He is not very popular in India. But he says we are living in an age of abundance and there is no scarcity of anything. Now, WOW is meant to solve water crisis as if there is abundance, there is scarcity of water in this country and across the world. Okay, that basic premise is not based on any science. That may shock you, that I am asserting that there is no water scarcity and the premise that India is going to run out of water or there is a scarcity is based on our not utilizing right technology. There is a Central Water Commission in Pune, which publishes a report every year. And all the year reports say 80% of India's water usage goes to agriculture. About 10-12% goes to industry and household consumption is 8% of India. Supposing I told you that I can make a technology which will reduce agriculture usage of water from 80% to 10%, 12%. Will you still then say that there is a water scarcity? There is 70% water not being utilized moment this technology is used. Okay, no answer because this is not something part of your normal thing. Can I invent that technology? The answer is you don't know. How can you trust me that I can invent the technology? Supposing I say that technology is 25 years old and India is already the master of that technology across the world. The answer is very simple, drip irrigation. Drip irrigation reduces water consumption to 1/10 or 1/12 of what is used traditionally. I am proposing a further improvement on drip irrigation, which I call underground wick irrigation. You bury the drip pipe 12 inches underground, make 3 holes, 4 holes, 5 holes near the tree roots or where vegetable roots will come, and cover those holes with a terracotta cloth so that there is no direct leakage. Same big effect takes place. And you can grow your vegetables, you can grow your sugar cane, you can grow wheat, rice with underground wick irrigation. The technology already exists for last 25 years. We can reduce our consumption of water to 10-12% of total water availability from 80%. Where is the crisis? The crisis is we don't have a proper overall understanding. Okay, this may be too much of an attack, so I will stop and answer questions.
Ashok ji, what happens to cereals and such crops which take away about 1/2 of our cultivable lands?
Just you use drip irrigation. See what happens if you put drip irrigation pipe on the surface, it doesn't have a life of even 1 year because next year it has to be plowed. Right? I would use drip irrigation for wheat production if I was sure that the field will not be plowed the next year. If the field is to be plowed, some of the drip irrigation will go. So I am saying dig a harrow 12 inches deep, put your drip irrigation pipe there, remove the emitters. Instead of it in the whole drip, put 4 holes where you think a root will come every 10 inches. Let us say wheat grows every 10 inches apart. We put holes there and not allow water to escape directly. We take terry cloth, wipe it, wrap it around, and then put a tie wire so that the cloth is firmly on the drip irrigation.
That is on wheat.
Huh?
Yeah. On 50 million hectares of paddy cultivation, which requires water logging, for every hectare about 10 million liters.
Don't talk to me about rice. We are using 7 times the water China uses. Just repeat this phrase every time. Punjab University has already solved, it has shown the way we can work with 1/7 of water for rice. We don't need any, we need people to say there is abundance, use the proper technology. If we go on saying rice is this, rice is, Tamil Nadu and Karnataka are fighting on a non-issue. Where is the scarcity of water? We can cut down the water requirement for rice by 1/7. China is already doing it across the whole country of China. Vietnam is doing it. Cambodia is doing it. Countries far, far intellectually inferior to us are already doing it. We don't want to wake up. We have a traditional system. We don't want to look at science. We don't want to use technology. If that is the case, we will say there is scarcity, but in real world terms, there is no scarcity of water anywhere in India. We are a fortunate nation and across the whole world.
So I just wanted to understand when you say you have to wrap the nada with the paper roll.
Yes, brown paper roll, yes.
Yeah. So if you can just kind of walk us through the whole thing a little bit. So we dig about 15, 18 inches deep to plant.
I will just show you physically. Just give me 1 minute. I am getting up and getting things.
Sure. Thank you.
Can you see this water bottle? It's an ordinary water bottle thrown away. It has a blue cap, empty. It's still clear. This is nada, 48 inches long. What I have done at this end is I have drilled a hole in this cap. Do you see the hole in this cap?
Yes.
And I have partly covered this with brown paper tape. I will just show you how that is done. And then I have pulled the nala through this cap. Do you now see some portion of nala coming out of the cap? This ensures the cap is properly sealed, so it won't leak. This is brown paper tape. What is done is, this is hung. And then person does this motion till the entire thing is. Is this clear? Gives you an idea. The PPT that will give full details. But what is done? We are covering the same piece of nala multiple times by this method. Because it is at an angle, so it gets covered once, twice, and then it is recovered on the way back. Okay. Then what we do is, we take this bottle, fill it with water, which I am not doing right now. Okay. Do you see the nala inside? This is a longer nala than that is needed for this bottle.
So the nada inside does not have the brown paper tape on it.
It is meant to pick up the water from here.
Yes. Got it.
Tape is The tape is to prevent it from touching the soil.
So that evaporation does not.
There is no capillary action
Loss.
happening in the nala and the soil. Water is not going to the soil.
Got it.
Okay.
One is what is the minimum age required for a sapling to survive, to ensure more survivability of the sampled? I mean, the piece is what we take. Secondly, how long would you continue watering them and discontinue after that because they are on their own?
Let us say I highly recommend getting saplings as early as you can from the nursery. The 3 months age is about the maximum you should allow your tree to remain in a nursery, because any longer stay is cutting the taproot of the tree. Because it's asking the root to girdle, go in a circle. It is not training it to go down. And majority of farmers take the black bag, cut it with plastic and place it directly. Then the roots have lost all vigor. They are going to be staying alive. And then you water it with surface, they are going to bag. Like this, they go up. So get your sapling as early as you can. If it is of, say, 12 inches, 15 inches height, that's enough. Majority of what we did, 150 saplings, were just 15 inches, 12 inches, 15 inches, so that they are able to just show a little bit from the ground. Yes, that is the first question. What is the second?
How long would you recommend continuing watering in this way so that on afterwards they are on their own, by and large their root system becomes self-sufficient?
I showed you trees which got water only for 6 months. I showed you trees which got water for 4 months. And the 75 trees that we did in the scientific experiment, my people, without telling me, stopped watering them in monsoon. So they got for 9 months. Okay. I would say you want to be 100% sure you don't want any tree to die. Water it for a year. At the end of the year, stop worrying about the tree. It is independent of you. It knows how to grow. Forestry.
So
This is
practically
all.
it is like refill the same bottle 3 times maximum. That's the effort required. That
Yes. And if you take the 2-liter bottle, you need to replace it only once. You start with a 2-liter bottle, 6 months later, you replace it. That is the hard labor you have to do. It is an entirely labor-free system.
So
And
may I
it
ask?
is, yes, sorry, Deepti, ask.
I just want to bring up the point that because we are using a plastic bottle and it will be exposed to the sun, and now with all the news
Yes.
that we keep hearing about try and avoid, plastic and heat together, do you think covering it with a piece of cloth would be just again something that might help
I will answer
to
you
reduce?
in two different ways. First,
Sure.
our practical experience is this type of plastic bottle, which is the easiest one, 1 rupee per bottle, easily lasts 2 years in the fridge. We didn't remove the plastic bottles. Okay. And we have seen they easily last. For 1 year, they are surely guaranteed there is nothing that will go wrong. They will become scrunchy when the water is being sucked out, and there is no way that there is a vacuum being created. So they will become scrunchy. You open the cap, let the air come in, they will be okay. People ask, what about the water getting hot in the bottle? The answer is yes, the water gets hot in the bottle. It doesn't harm the roots practically. Okay? This is one answer.
Yeah.
Second is a funny point of view that I have, that there is nobody has made a synthetic material so far in this world. Everything is natural. Every element that you are using in this world, every electron is natural. When we say this plastic is synthetic, what do we mean? Did we make this polypropylene elements? No. We are just using a term because it is in fashion. There is plenty of people dying after ESG. I ask, have you made a gold atom so far in life? Or has anybody made? Has anybody made a sodium atom? Matter is essentially sustainable. Nothing can destroy. The sum total of matter and energy is the same. The whole world is sustainable. That's the first law of physics. If you say you are trying to do sustainable things, you come right bang into the second law of thermodynamics. That is, you are trying to create local order. It's wonderful to have the idea that I will grow a forest here, or I will grow an orchard. But remember, second law of entropy says somewhere else in the universe, you are creating a much bigger disorder. There is no way you can create a local order without creating a bigger disorder elsewhere in the world. So this is the philosophical dilemma that physics laws don't allow you to be sustainable. Everything is already sustainable. You create local order, disorder will happen elsewhere. Simple example, think about it. We sweep the house and put the dirt outside the gate. People object, we put it outside the compound. Municipalities come and make a heap somewhere else, which we don't see initially, but which we are seeing everywhere. There is no way you can create local order without creating greater disorder. All these ESG goals are hoax. You want to follow them, follow them. You want to believe what you believe, very good. I'm not trying to convert you. But give a thought, has anybody created a single atom? Even transuranium elements are natural. This distinction that this is natural and this is artificial is a distinction in our mind, not in the physical world.